are about 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks into Lent, and I'm gonna take you through a week of what I ate or what I eat for Lent. I'm doing this imperfectly. I do everything imperfectly, but for the most part, I think it's been going rather well. Now, with that being said, I already fast till 2 in the afternoon. So I don't really show you much of what I eat at all, because I hardly eat at all during the day because I fast till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But I still take you through my dinner. It's mostly dinners that I show, and it's mostly snacks that I have after 2 o'clock. And so once I take you through that, then we can circle back around and then I'll share some final thoughts and then close the video. Enjoy. All right, Monday night dinner: fish john, hot sauce, corn, potato, broccoli, cabbage, kimchi. No meat. I know that there's fish because it's fish john, but I'm making an exception because I'm not eating meat, red meat, so I'll just be okay with fish. No, I can eat fish.
You need fish.
Oh, it's the eggs. It's the eggs. That's what Dad's having. With the eggs already. Wednesday night. Oh, I gotta show you tonight. I gotta show you tonight's dinner. It looks so good. I was just cleaning. Clorox all over my shorts. Hello. Okie dokie. Salmon, potatoes, and zucchini. Oh, scrumdiddlyumptious. Now there is that viral salmon bowl with the avocado and the nori and the rice. And they usually always use this sriracha mayo. So I bought this and picked this up. And we shall see how it tastes. I've never tasted it before. I've never tried it before, so I'm excited. I miss things. Little bowl. Come on, Tita. Let's go. Come on. Okay, no, come on.
Open it, Ray.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Of course. And it's not too spicy. Of course. Delicious. Salmon. Oh, has a little bit of a kick to it. I didn't show, but earlier today I had a smoothie. So I fast until 2 o'clock. I make sure to pray. So I'm not just like fasting food, you know. I'm like applying the prayer as well as the fasting. When 2 comes, I usually just make me a smoothie. And then that's it, and then this. So that'll do it for Wednesday, I guess. Okay. Okay, now we're back on the Sony. It is after 7 and we are having dinner. Dad is still not home yet because he works late on Thursdays, but we're here. I think I said I was gonna make Simon, and make Simon I did with some Vienna sausage. Love it. Yeah, not the most exciting. There's a bunch of black pepper on here. So how I cook Simon is not all the way through with the same type of water. Cook it halfway through. I boil it halfway through to where they're just about cooked but still kind of stiff. And then I dump out the water and then I use sodium-free chicken broth. So that way I don't have to necessarily use the salt packets that come with it. And I know that you can add so much more to this, like spinach, and you can put, what is that pink fish, that like artificial fish, is that what it's called? But this is all we have. Welcome to the Lent calendar. I bought this calendar specifically for Lent, and it's plastered up right here on the fridge. And I see this here, and I know to keep myself accountable this way. So up here, the priorities: Lent, no meat, no dairy, no eggs, no sweets, only water. So here I have it written all throughout for the whole week, all the way through. I fast till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And more importantly is taking this time that I'm fasting up until 2 o'clock in the afternoon to pray. I'm a mom. I can't be praying every second of the day, every minute of the day, every hour of the day. But there isn't an hour in the day where I'm not praying. Does that make sense? That's a quote from from Pastor Jude Fuquay, that he quoted from someone else. But so I'm not praying on my knees at my bedside, you know, with nothing going on around me because I clearly a blessing load of happening around me with her. So I'm making sure I'm being intentional with praying for my friends, and I reached out to them for their prayer requests. At the very beginning of Lent, I asked a bunch of my friends for prayer requests, so I'm keeping that in mind to be conscious of, to pray for them then, and fast until 2 p.m. and then 2 p.m. I can have my first meal or snack or whatever. So here on Sunday, I have written off all Sundays. I've heard it go back and forth between 40 days and 46 days. And I think it's 40 days if you don't include Sundays. Is that what it is? So the reason why they don't include Sundays, from what I've heard, Sundays are in preparation for Easter Sunday. So it's like all bets are off. You know, this is a Sabbath day where we can enjoy. Is that right? I don't know. It's probably wrong. So I have off here saying that I can eat whatever I want. I can have the sweets, I can have the meats, I can have the eggs, the dairy. But for the most part, up until now, because today is Thursday the 9th, it's been about 2 Sundays since Lent started, or 3 Sundays? 2 Sundays, and I've kept the fast even then. So I think I'm just going to do that because I'm good that way, where I'm just doing it all the way through. So I just figured to point that out because it's different from Catholic to Catholic, or whoever observes Lent, you know, from what I've heard. And then water only is Friday, so that's coming up tomorrow. Yeah, because today's Thursday, so this is obviously water only. I only have water. And so here we come to the end of March, and I have written here bread and water for the whole week leading up to Easter Sunday. Yeah, pray for me, okay? It'll be good. It'll be good. I meant to only put it from the 2nd to the 8th, but I ended up writing it all the way over here with the 30th, 31st. So I actually am going to start bread and water only on the 2nd of April, not over here. I'm just going to keep my regular fasts all throughout. That was a little typo that I had there because it was only the week leading up to Easter Sunday, which is right there. Yeah, guys, exciting. This is changing my life, okay? This is changing everything for me. All right, first bite of my plain salmon. What is that pink and white swirly fish? What is that circle one? That's what I could have put in. I could have eaten that. Yeah. Happy. It does the job. Not the most satisfying. I would rather have pizza, honestly. It's honestly not hitting the spot. Alright, well, tomorrow's gonna be kind of a boring day to list what I'm eating because I'm just gonna be eating bread and water. He's making the right moves. Alright, y'all. I'll see you later. Happy Saturday. Spicy ahi tuna roll from 7-Eleven. So this is just nori rice and spicy ahi poke or tuna. So last night I kind of broke Lent because I had hamburger. I had hamburger loco moco. And I have to say it was kind of hard digesting the meat after not eating meat for what, 2 weeks only. But it was good. I ate more of like the gravy, brown rice, the mac salad. It was really late and I was craving it, and it had already been past 12 o'clock, so I was well beyond the whole water and bread on Friday's day, even though I had garlic fries when we were at song contest. I actually didn't finish all of the hamburger because I ate mostly the rice and the gravy, but it was good. So now I'm having this. I also had a cup of coffee earlier. We're on a work trip for my husband's school, and I had a cup of coffee. I had a ube pastry bread kind of thing. It's more of a bread than anything, more than a pastry, or it might be a pastry, I don't know. It was bread. And then I had, that's about it, just a pastry and this. Yeah, that's about it. Good stuff. Okay guys, Sunday night, last day of the week that I'll be showing you what I eat for Lent. My mom made a wrap very similar to this. It was a spinach wrap, so just like this, and then it had salmon, smoked salmon, smoked salmon tray from Costco with the sauce, but I don't have that sauce, so I'm going to use Dijon mustard instead. And then she used alfalfa sprouts, and then I'm just putting some Parmesan classic cheese to sprinkle on. Even though she used regular slices of cheese, I would prefer that with this, but I'm just making do with what I have. So I'm layering here. I have Dijon mustard first, and then the slices of salmon, and then I'm going to go in with the bean sprouts. I don't mind a lot of bean sprouts. I don't mind it at all. And then we're going to go in with some cheese. And voila. If I had a ranch, you know what? Wait, hold on. I have this nut herb here. Sure. With some potato chips. Bon appetit. The Dijon mustard. Guys, this is really good. Gotta lower that. I got too much Brussels sprouts. It would be too much, but it's perfect. Perfect. Was that a full week's worth? I'm not sure. I have to look back at the footage. But honestly, going into this, I thought I would starve. I honestly thought I wouldn't have anything to eat, but that's not true. There's things that I can eat. I think I go back and forth with it sometimes. And then I eat cheese, I eat dairy, and then I eat eggs, and I don't. The fish junk. I'm trying not to be micro controlling about this, but I think I could have alleviated all of that had I taken a step back from the get-go and said, no, this is okay, just abstain from maybe 3 things: any meat or any type of protein, which would include eggs, I guess, sweets, and then alcohol. I didn't necessarily have to apply all of these things. I think I put a lot of things to give up or sacrifice on myself. I think I might have gone way too hard, way too fast, but it's okay. I've kind of set up these things that I will give up and I will sacrifice for Lent around a man named Gabriel Finocchio. He posted things that you can do or things that you can give up for Lent, the purpose of Lent, the history behind Lent. And so I'll leave his Instagram handle down below, or a link to his profile, so that you can check out that highlight. So he goes through 5 fasting options for Lent, 5 prayer options for Lent, and then additional, not substitutionary options for Lent. So the 5 fasting options for Lent is no meat, excluding fish, for all 40 days. No meat, no dairy, no eggs. Abstain from 1 or 2 meals a day. So he has them listed from 1 to 5. And the 5th one is actually an ultimate challenge. So I don't think that you have to necessarily, that he's saying to apply all 5. Yes, girl, you went to the bathroom. I think one of the 5 is good enough. But I think I've applied more than one of those options the way that I decided to do Lent. Which, looking back now, I don't know if that was the smartest thing to do because it's a little hardcore. I think what I'm most excited about, or I'm most thankful and proud of, is that we haven't had any sweets since day 1. That's the one thing that I haven't touched anything. I've been tempted. We made dinner for a family friend. My husband did a cheesecake, an Oreo cheesecake. I'm not a big, oh, that's a lie. I am a big dessert person, but I'm an even bigger Oreo person, specifically double stuffed Oreo person. There's still a huge pack left over from him making that in the cabinets. Haven't touched it, thank you God. And so I think the key for it all, and for all of it, is I have it consciously in my heart, my mind, and my soul, sacrificing this because it doesn't have power over me, authority over me. I know it kind of sounds ridiculous because it's food and it's sweets, but it's a big deal when it becomes an addiction. It's a big deal when it becomes an idol. It's a big deal when it has more control over you than you have over it. And so the key of all of that is, and where I kind of want to draw my conclusion during Lent and about Lent, is so much more on the emphasis of the goodness of God and the sacrifice of Jesus than anything that I could ever possibly be tempted with. That is where the emphasis should be. It always should be on his grace and his mercy and his goodness and his love for me and his love for us. That's where the emphasis should be, should remain to be, and where we live out from, right? And I think that's what's been the key all along. And I think will continue to be the key throughout Lent. And as I decide to fast and pray throughout the year, because I don't think that it should only be during the weeks leading up to Easter, even though there's so much power and significance in that, definitely. But it's something that I know and I pray that God's instilling in me to be lived out in my life. It's bringing me a lot of joy having to sacrifice this stuff and having to put it to the side and having to deny my flesh. I know that kind of sounds weird, having joy about it, but I don't know. When you have this relationship with God and you view him from this perspective of how holy and how magnificent he is, things change. Your perspective on life changes, and your perception of sin, how little you are, how big God is. It can get really prideful, which was what I was talking about on my Instagram stories. Like, a lot of you have pointed out to me, and I'm so thankful. And I'm thankful, especially for those of you who pointed it out, that it is pride. I mean, to put more emphasis on your sin, on you. Yeah, that's pride. It's pride. That's just one of the ways that he's shown me mercy, is revealing to me that you may not have pride in the way that you think you do, but you still have it. It's still there. It's just not in the way that you think. Okay. I'm trying to make sure that I cover all my thoughts, but I'm even encouraging my husband to join me. But I told him, I don't want you to. I mean, you can, but I'm still trying to figure this out myself. I'm trying to still figure out how to position my heart in a healthy and holy way. Almost every other time that I've fasted, the initiative, the motive has always been for weight loss. It's always been for my own personal gain. It's never for his glory. It's never been for his exaltation rather than my own. So that's why it's changing everything for me. And he mostly associates fasting with weight loss as well. So that's why I told him, I said, maybe not, let the Lord help me figure this out so that I can better help all of us, the two of us, next year. If you do decide to do it with me, I think he is, because he's pretty pumped with the way that I've really tried to be conscious about what I eat and what I committed myself to sacrifice during Lent. Now, the book that I'm reading this month is actually a daily walkthrough through Lent. And it's this 40 Days of Decrease by Alicia Britt Cole. A different kind of hunger, a different kind of fast. The cool thing about it is she goes onto her Instagram and she does it podcast style, where she just reads the chapter for that day. So I've been doing that as well. Sometimes I just read it myself. It's very profound. I love the way that she writes. I love the way that she communicates scripture. And it's decreasing yourself in the sense of things outside of food. For example, today's fast was appearances. We may look all good on the outside, but then on the inside, what's really going on? What's going on in the heart? So that's one example. Another fast was spectatorship. Another day was stinginess, right? So much more than just food, but the matters of the heart. Yeah, we're about almost halfway through, about 2 to 3 pages each read, and then you have a reflection, which I write down in the book. And it's been blessing me. I'm excited to carry on this tradition, and I think that it's full of fire. I mean, it's full of the love of God towards the heart of man, with the way, and showing it through the way that Jesus denied himself 40 days, babe. 40 days. 40 days. I'm over here struggling, trying to figure out if I can eat cheese. Okay? I mean, the majesty in the way that Jesus does what he does, with us in mind always. I don't know. It changes you. And so I hope to stick to this. I'm very excited, more so for the week before Lent. We're just doing bread and water that week. Woo, boy, look at that. My glasses just fell off. Even my glasses are shook by that. It'll be so good. I'm excited though. I'm excited for the challenge. I have joy looking forward to that. And I think that that's what's changing everything for me. I don't know.